This secret tool from Google Apps tells you if your brand sucks. So Google Apps recently launched Pomelli, and if you insert your website link into it, it summarizes your brand. So what we're now going to do is look at a world's famous brand, set the standard and what it should look like, and then look at our clients, their competitors, why they're crushing them, and how you can crush yours. So the world's famous brand that we're looking at is McDonald's. First off, the logo. Golden arches. Simple enough to be used across different brand assets, but also unique enough to be recognized anywhere. Second, an exciting color palette. It matches the logo, it matches the content, and each of the colors makes sense and serves its own purpose. Lastly, original content. Nothing builds excitement and trust like original content of your product, services, or team. Stock photos or videos are forbidden. They feel cheap and scammy. So to summarize the standard, McDonald's, unique logo, exciting colors, original content, and all of this forms a one cohesive brand system that builds trust and excitement within seconds. First client of ours, Trident Smiles Dental. Logo, a unique symbol related to their slogan, dentistry from the heart, that we designed. Check. Exciting blue color palette related to their beach theme. Ocean blue, main color. Neutral colors, and a dark blue color for all typography. Colors, check. All content that we shoot is original. It's shot within the dentistry and with the team. Content, check. And if you look at this page as a whole, it's very clear that this is a cohesive brand system that feels and looks consistent. Brand, check. And now their competitor. These guys don't even have a logo, and this happens a lot with dentistries. And that's a fail. The colors, they have nothing to be consistent with because most of their content is not original, it's stock. And the content they do have that's original is very low quality and very dark, and there's no logo to match it to. And these two colors are almost the same, so they don't serve their individual purpose. That's a fail. Content, as already mentioned, most of it is stock or pretty random logos of different providers, and the original content that they do have is not well lit and looks very sketchy and cheap. That's a fail. Overall, this brand is consistent, but it's consistent at how shitty it is. There is no cohesive system, there is no brand, and that's a fail. Next competitor. They do have a logo, but I am 100% certain this is a downloaded stock symbol that they found online. I've seen hundreds of these wavy, wiggly tooth symbols. The color palette is definitely more decent than the previous one. The green does match the green from the logo. The orange, not so, but each of the colors does seem to have a purpose. It doesn't match the content, but just to be fair, these guys are doing an okay job. I would feel horrible for putting something like this out there, but just to not make it biased for our clients, I'll give them a pass for this, but definitely not for the content. Most of the content is stock. It looks terrible. I wouldn't trust these guys to take care of my teeth. Most of the content is stock, which looks super cheap. And even the original content that they have, they couldn't keep the same proportions for staff portraits. Some of them are super close, some of them are super far. It's not well lit, so that is a fail. Overall, for the standards that we have, mediocre logo, mediocre color palette, a fail for the content. I wouldn't let this pass for my clients. Another one of our clients, Canopy Kids, a pediatric dental clinic. The whole branding process started with Dr. Anwar's favorite color green, which creates a very tranquil and peaceful feeling for the kids. The naming, Canopy Kids. Canopy is the uppermost layer of a forest, which links it back to the green theme, relates it to a forest, and the font that we chose resembles jungle vines and branches. Unique, memorable logo, check. Naturally, the color palette is green. We have darker tones, we have a brighter, more exciting light green. And again, the colors are consistent throughout the whole brand. Check. After we had the brand, we thought that something was missing and we created a mascot first in 3D, and then we actually had it made as a toy in different sizes. You can see it all throughout the content with the kids and with the team. And this is something that the brand is really memorable for. And of course, all the content is original and professionally made. So that's a check. As a whole, again, the whole page is very consistent, feels consistent. And as a parent, I would love to bring my kids here and I would trust these guys to take care of them. Check. Their local competitor. They do have a logo. It's not the style that I would usually go for. The fonts don't really match and the symbol could resemble a spider, but they do have a logo and it's geometrically fine. I'll give them a pass. I really like the color palette. It matches the logo and I like the contrast of blue and orange. I'll definitely give this a pass. On the other hand, the content again is pure stock madness. Some of it is images from the office, but as a parent, I don't really learn much from this. I don't see the doctor. I don't see what it will be like to visit the dentistry, and that's a no-go for the content. Overall, this is a decent attempt. It's not the level that we want our clients to be at. It's a local competitor that we are aware of, but for us, this is something that wouldn't pass. Last rival to compare to Canopy Kids, they don't have a logo. All the tones are super matte and very off brown, off green, off yellow, generally very bland, and it has no content to match. So that's a fail for the colors. And as I already hinted, the content is a fail as well. All content is stock, and the original content that they have is very poorly done. But to end this video on something very important, if you ever decide to have a plushie or a mascot in your pediatric clinic, please don't ever use anything like this guy. This monstrosity on its own makes the whole brand fail. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you want your brand to pass the test like this, build trust and excitement within seconds, and grow your practice, reach out to me at mhudak on Instagram or futurepractice.com.